Hello, welcome to Rome Adventure Discover. I'm Matt,
And I'm Sarah.
and today we're going to be talking about the 10 things that we love about the Bronco Raptor.
We previously already did a video on the 10 reasons why we hate our Bronco Raptor, but now we're gonna do a video on why we love the Bronco Raptor.
And to start off, I would say my first love of the Bronco Raptor would be that it comes stock with 37s. No rubbing, it's geared for it, it's already ready to go right off the bat.
And you've already learned about the hassle of switching tire sizes out with the last build.
That's correct. Re-gearing and making sure all your suspension and components are strong enough to handle the added rotational mass.
And something I love about the Bronco Raptor would be its GO.A.T mode features.
For the Bronco Raptor, you can change your exhaust notes, you can make your own R mode, you can change your steering and shock dampening for different things.
Fun fact with if you didn't know this and you have a Bronco Raptor, on the steering wheel, the R, that fancy Raptor R.
A little double tap. Right, you
Yeah.
can set it up, yeah.
Yeah, well, can't you like customize it to the setting you like?
Yes. I currently have it set up to sport mode with Baja mode exhaust.
A little extra boost on the freeway.
Exactly. Lug all of our weight.
It's actually kind of crazy to think people who are just getting into like the off-road space and then they get even just like a regular Bronco, all the features it comes with, it's kind of crazy to think like you're learning on that build. Like I learned on your Colorado, no cameras, and it was just pretty much
pretty bare bones.
Yeah.
Not a lot of tech in that. The Bronco, it's like cheat codes. Cheat G.O.A.T modes. Yes.
What?
Another thing that I love would be the stock suspension, specifically the travel numbers and also what's provided. So like you get the Fox 3.0s, live valve, everything's built tough and forged tough.
Wow.
But it really does handle well. Like the frame's built well, rear travel numbers are insane. I believe it's around like the 12 to 13 up front and maybe like the 14 to 16 range in the rear. However, just stock, that's pretty impressive.
The next love on our list is the horsepower in the Bronco.
More power.
Yes, more horsies.
Granted, it's not a V8, which is like, oh, it would be so much fun. I do still love the power. At least
it's still pretty good.
It gets up and goes. I mean, with low end torque, we don't experience a lot of lag. Going from our previous Colorado build, like going from overland build to another, like this obviously just blew it out of the water.
It was actually a night and day difference for us. The weight and just being able to, especially get out of sticky situations like on the freeway, you really feel it.
Yeah, well, getting on ramps or even just climbing up hills, rock climb, it has a great power.
Yeah. What is your next love?
The amount of modularity and specifically a lot of the accessory-ready items and ports. So there's just a lot of areas and places that you can mount ditch lights. Your stock bumpers come with areas to mount lights. All the like center console areas where you can mount phone mounts or just other items that help your off-road experience. There's a lot of thought and there's a lot of videos out there, but that's just like simply put the accessory-ready modularity items for the Bronco Raptor or Bronco in itself. It's been pretty sweet.
Yeah, you can tell that they really thought it through for the off-road person and all of the add-ons they want to put.
Yeah, I mean the fact that you could take off your doors and your roof and go full convertible mode, that's pretty sweet.
That is pretty cool.
So what's your next love?
My next love my next love for this vehicle are the amount of charging ports in the vehicle. It's very convenient for us with all of the camera gear. We are constantly charging. I know we have a secondary battery, but just the vehicle itself, stock, it's so convenient. I think we have 2 on the dash, like in the back near the window, and then obviously we have some in the center console, and then what is this called, the glove box area behind there you have, what is
Oh
that?
yeah, where the AC should be. Like
Yes.
in the rear seats, at least there's some charging ports there. So
Yeah, it's so convenient to just plug it
yeah,
all
when
in.
we're charging all 20 of our camera gear pieces.
So
even
you guys have different POVs.
Yes.
What's your next love?
The switches, the OEM switches. So even though we have added
yeah.
our Switch Pros just for extra lights, just to get up and go, and you have 6 OEM switches,
That's crazy.
it's pretty nice. I guess compared to like the OEM switches versus like an aftermarket switch, is that the OEM switches are only able to be on when the vehicle's on.
Yeah.
So if you want like rock lights or camp lights,
You need a secondary
you
battery.
need a secondary battery or switch.
Do you need a secondary battery?
You don't need a secondary battery. You would just need a secondary switch. There's some ways to change that. I just wouldn't recommend it.
I just feel like you drain your battery, need to jump start it.
Yeah, I'd prefer to have your engine battery topped off so that you can get up and go, hit the trails, and that you would have some other secondary battery that's helping with all your other camp needs. What's your next love?
My next love would be the tank turn feature on the vehicle. It has come in handy multiple times, whether it's in snow or when we're like on the edge of a cliff and we have to do a U-turn.
Yeah, at least there are times, like specifically like in snow, when you're not wanting to hit like a hard bank, or you're just trying to carry that momentum through.
Yeah.
We've been able to just rip through and turn around pretty quickly.
Yeah, it definitely gets you out of sticky situations. Just don't try to overuse it, because I feel like if you do,
Yeah, you don't want to overuse it. I know I've heard at least that you could put a lot of stress on your axles, so use it sparingly. Well,
what is your next love?
I really like, I love the brakes. There were times where, even on the freeway, where we needed to perform like an emergency stop or maneuver, there's an accident in front of us, it stopped very quickly versus some other overland builds, obviously with overweight, putting a lot of stress on that system, it takes forever to stop. So even when we're in the dirt and needing to stop fairly quickly, I don't feel like the brake system's stressed at all. It does really well.
My last love for this vehicle would be the 360 cameras. My gosh, that was, I think, a selling feature for me, because this car is big. It is.
She's thick.
She's thick. Wide, way wider than the truck.
Yeah.
Your truck. So
where the Bronco sits, I think it's 95 inches wide right now, with how it sits with like the offset wheels, tires. It's pretty wide.
The 360 camera, that was a non-negotiable, and it has been amazing.
Or even just getting through like trails, like going through like the slot canyons, or just wanting to know where your tire placement's at.
I know you can't rely on it. It's just a convenient feature that we love.
Yeah, it would be cool to add some cameras where your rear diff is and be able to see like where the rocks are under the vehicle.
Yes. Wow, there is definitely way more things that we love about this vehicle. We just didn't think you'd really want to hear, I don't know, an hour long of us just saying why we love this vehicle.
If you want to know more about the vehicle, our current vehicle setup, check out at least the recent video that we had on like the full breakdown. We've had a few items that have been updated since, and we'll do at least a quick walk around update on those items. However, thank you for tuning in on our 10 items or things that we love about the Bronco Raptor. But if you'd like to know a little bit more about the vehicle or our build itself, we have a full-on long video walk around of that. We'll probably do another video about some recent updates that we've done to it that definitely changed our overall build, but we'll have that coming up soon.
Yep, and our build is constantly evolving as we go through life. And on top of that, we also did a video about the 10 reasons why we hate our Bronco Raptor as well.
Yes. So check that out.
Yeah, it's a love-hate relationship.
Well, we hope you guys can roam, adventure, discover. Thank you for tuning in. Give us a like and a subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Goodbye. What happened to Matt? He turned into a pug.